Well, hey, beautiful people, I'm AlRodriguez, and welcome back to Disturbed. Since we've now escaped, let's jump straight back into the game. After all that has happened, you feel that you should take a moment to rest. You find a spot under a tree and sit down. Getting comfortable, you tilt your head back against the tree and gaze into the sky. I think I'm going to pick up the grass first.
What are you doing?
As you pick up the grass blades and you reach, the ground begins to shake. Before you can get up, roots from below sprout from the ground and wrap around your legs. Oh, for God's sake! Am I dying so much? You turn around to see a large angry face looking back at you. Your jaw drops in horror. No sound or scream escapes your tongue as the tightening grip of the roots squeeze what air is left out your body. Your adventure ends here. You me? Finally being back at the tree, what are we going to find? We're going to take a nap instead because picking at the grass apparently kills us. Your eyes close and your body relaxes. You fall asleep within seconds. As your mind wanders, you see a blurry image. Oh, details emerge as you gaze. You wonder who this might be. Was that me or someone beside me? A bad feeling that overcomes you and you realise who this is. You try to wake yourself up. Is this the guy that was like the shack and the lady and everything? You wake up and jump to your feet, looking about yourself and your surroundings. All seems well. You can't help but feel fearful that something bad will happen to you if you stay here. Moving forward seems to be the only logical option now. That is fine. But we have a path. You reach a point where the trail splits into two paths. Which way should you go? Options, options, options. I'm gonna go left. Someone's saying left. I go left. But I'm gonna save, definitely save. After continuing down the path for some time, you come to a stop. You notice that there is some sort of trail that leads through the grass up toward a nearby hill. If you had not stopped, you probably would have never noticed it. Which way should you go? I think we should go up that hill. Let's follow the trail in the grass. King Arthur's sword! Following the subtle trails of the grass, you stumble upon what looks like a grave. Yeah, inspect the grave. You approach the grave. You look at the sword with intrigue. Oh, are you going to kill me? Because everything else in this game is killing me. Before you can touch the sword, a ghostly figure appears before you. You freeze before the apparition. The sword! May I have it?
The blade is cursed. I am bound here by the pain of my past. If you deserve this sword, free me from it.
You slowly motion for the sword. Gimme, gimme, gimme.
Fool! Only something of pure essence can free me. A rare hope, like a flower found in darkness.
So a mushroom. I should have saved. Grab the sword. You reach for the sword. Before you can lay a finger on it, the spirit grabs your arm. And I've dyed it. A sharp pain flows through your body as the flesh melts off your bones. What fragments remain on the ground? Your adventure ends here. Yep, a cursed blade. Great. So, we shouldn't grab the sword. Back away from the sword. You listen to the spectre and leave the sword alone. The figure fades out of view. Great. Continue on. You pause to see that there is a lake nearby. The trail continues on to your right. Save again. What are my options? I can either come along to the trail or inspect the lake or go back to the grave. I'm going to inspect the lake. There's probably something in there that's going to kill me. You step near the lake and look down into it. There's an orb of something. Resting underwater is the orb of some sort sitting at the bottom of the lake. There is something strange about it, as if it was calling out to you. Go for it! Dive in. I'm probably going to die. You close your eyes and jump into the lake. That was a weird, echoey, metallic jump. You open your eyes to see the stones sitting before you. You start to make your way forward. Until a fish arrives and kills me. A large fish comes into view and quickly notices you with its mouth stretched open. You try to leap for the surface, but the fish catches you. You quickly find yourself helpless before the creature. And I've died! You close your eyes as the giant fish rips your body apart with its teeth. You die a very painful death. Again, your adventure ends here. Well, at least I'm getting all the options. Back into the game! So we're at the lake, inspect the lake, but we're going to back away from it. So we're leaving it, we're leaving that stupid orb of death, and now we're going to continue along the trail. And we found Stonehenge, or a football field. It looks like goalposts. The faint trail comes to an end. There is a collection of stone pillars down the hill. Beyond the hill is a large field of grass. We're going to definitely inspect those stone pillars. You stand before the large stones arranged in the shape of a circle. In the center is the stone with what appears to be some sort of slot or hole. No doubt about it, something is meant to be placed there. I'm guessing the orb, but there's the fish there, so I may have to kill the fish at some point. Seeing that you can't do anything, you head back. So I'm going to explore the field now. You find yourself gazing over a field with hills rolling off into the distance. Oh! Was that a unicorn? As if a trick upon your eyes, you see a unicorn run across the field. Disappears out of sight before you can do anything. Surely, the unique powers of a unicorn can help you with your quest, but there is clearly something wrong. Unicorns don't exist. That is what is wrong. If only there was a way to charm it. Yo, unicorn, come here. I'm gonna charm you. Back here. I can't do anything else. I gotta get something to charm the unicorn. If I go back all the way back, which way I'm gonna go? I'm gonna go down the path. Yeah, I'm gonna go down the path. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There is a stone well near the path. Inspect the well. Wow, that's not deep. You peer down the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there is a coin resting against the wall of the well. Oh, I'm gonna reach for it. I'm gonna reach for it and fall in and die. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Go on, go on, go on. You lean over the edge of the well. There is no possible way that you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner wall of the well. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and you fall. Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls with a single knock on the head. You lose all consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly, and you drown in without realizing it. Your adventure ends here. And so look at the well. The well is there. I'm leaving it. So perhaps you may obtain the coin later. You step away from the well, and I think continue on. Oh, it's a town. Walking over hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Aramar. Several times a year, you come here to trade goods from the farm. You discover the plague that has spread to your farm has also spread all the way out here. The path before you is overrun with blight. Should we continue? I feel like the plague's going to do something sinister to me. Continue across. You have come a long way and you don't decide to turn back now. You march forward into the tainted soil. Before you can realize what happened, you sink completely under the soil. Darkness consumes you and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pain as you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. We're leaving Armoire. You realize that you must go back. There is no way to reach the city. Maybe is that the end objective, is to reach the city? I'm not too sure, but if we go back again to the grass trail and even further back from here, back where the path splits. So our option extends from here, so a quick save by there, and we're going to go to the right instead. What do we have? We've reached the end of the pathway. In the distance is a tower looking over the area. A gate secures passage to the area with a wall around the property. And something looks sinister about the trees there. Also of interest, there is a tree that has a hole carved into it. I'm going to lose my arm. Inspect the tree. Oh, look at that. You approach the tree and notice the hole is big enough to fit your hand in. Quick save. Thank you. You look and see something shiny in the hole as if it were metal. Feeling around with your hand, you find 3 knobs. Oh, it's that type of hole. On the right. One on the right, one on the center, in the middle. Yeah, that's what centered means. And one on the left. I'm gonna have to touch those knobs. Which knob do we want first? Let's go for the left knob. Nothing. The knob done nothing. What about the middle knob? Nothing. Right knob? But the knobs lock in place. You wait for a moment, but nothing happens. It must be some sort of combination, which I don't know. But it is only 3, so I could jimmy it. One moment. There we go. You hear the rumbling of rocks as the ground starts to shift beneath you. Everything goes black and you sink below the surface. The hole above you seals up, trapping you underground. Oh, that's cool. You find yourself with no evident way out, but the path before you into the darkness. Your only choice is to move forward, so we will. Great, there's 3 separate paths. You see 3 separate paths within the walls of the cavern. Which path do you choose? I'm gonna go forward. Oh, what the hell's that? You come to a divide. Which way do you go? I'm gonna go to the right. Always go to the right. Even though I went... Oh, what are you? An eye appears before you as its gaze pierces the darkness. Oh no! Before you can do anything, tentacles burst from the ground and grip your body. It pulls you about, but you resist as much as you can. Not sure what you can do. You continue to resist until you can think of something. Your body begins to grow weak as your strength burns away. You suddenly feel yourself pulled to the ground and you are dragged around like a rag doll. It is not long before the creature devours your body, leaving nothing behind. Your adventure ends here. I got killed by a statue. Great stuff. Can we load the last one, please? So I think the combination was this. I think it was right, left, Middle. I can't remember what it was. Oh no! Right, left. It's right, left. The combination is right, left. Right, left. Or, if you're watching this backwards, right, left. Okay, which way do I go now? I'm going to go to the right. The passageway divides before you. Where do you go? To the right. Ah! Death impending! The passageway soon ends with a large mushroom sitting in front of you. A steady river of water flows between you and the mushroom. Inspect the mushroom of death. You walk towards the mushroom as if there was something more than what meets the eye. Walking forward, you take a step into the water. To your dismay, your foot hits no bottom and you fall in. You reach to grab hold of a ledge or the surface, but your body freezes stiff. You lose your sight completely as the chilling water sends your body into shock. Without any sense of touch or warmth, your lifeless body sinks into the darkness. Your adventure ends here. Right. Have a look at the mushroom, but we're going back. Go back. Leave the bloody mushroom. I want to go left. Another path, 2 ways. Which you go? Right, please. That's death. This game's full of death. As you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old-looking ship rests against the edge of the lake, with the debris scattered about the surrounding area. Inspect the ship of death, please. You cautiously walk down towards the ship. The air is chilling and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. Okay, we're on the ship. You climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you quick save. You are only welcomed by the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. Until you move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy. As you hear the sound of wood cracking under your feet, you feel the ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but the sound of your footsteps bounce about the structure of the ship, except for the kitchen. From one room to another, you come to discover the kitchen. Although there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. And inspect it we shall. Actually, we're not going to have a look at the oven, we're going to have a look at the drawers first. You pull one out after another, finding that they have been emptied. Dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Check underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat darted across the edge of the wall. You take the knife in hopes that you may defend yourself with it, which is a good idea. We could potentially use that later. Let's have a look at the oven. You see a lone pot resting upon a dusty stovetop. You gaze downward and open the oven door. Nothing but ash fills the oven chamber. You close the oven door. Since we had a look at that, let's move on. You continue your lonely tour of the ship, only to find that there is nothing of use or value. In an entire ship, there was nothing. You make your way back to the deck and decide to continue your search. Again, you find nothing much but empty rooms, left to remain in dark solitude. You discover a door with fancy markings about the woodwork. Perhaps that this is where the captain resided. Oh, potentially, yeah. Is his corpse or his ghost going to kill me? You discover the room of the captain. Unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to have been left alone in this room. Before your rest are an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There is a small bed off near the corner of the room, and some chairs in the other. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything other than the lamp and other objects. There is a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. Approaching the desk, you begin to inspect the papers resting on the desk. I feel like I'm gonna screw myself over, but I do have a knife. So oh, the loan document seems more important. Do that. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everybody is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouring assignments will be given until we find a more habitable place to settle. For now, we must do what we can. Okay, so something happened to the crew. They're obviously not here, but something happened, so let's have a look at the stack of papers. Peering about the pages of this collective pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes of journal entries. Bring it on, I'm captain of the reading. You pick a few and begin to read. Day 7. The voyage has gone quite smooth as we begin our 2nd week away from home. Even though it's day 7, it's our 2nd week. The spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new land that lie beyond our documented knowledge. It has been my dream to accomplish something world-changing. Together we can move forward with full hearts and unbreakable spirits. Day 66. It has been just over 2 months. That one's correct, out at sea, and we have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms, and sickness has plagued the ship recently. Several of my favourite crew have passed on to the new life. I see the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow labourers. As our voyage continues day after day, food rations have been cut in half in fears that we may have to turn back. I dare not let myself think of failure. Those men who have lost their lives, the sacrifices to make this voyage possible, I cannot let them be in vain, but we might die. Day 91. It has come to roughly 3 months out here of the endless blue. With much pain, we have turned around. Yes, we have headed for Homeport. We have just enough food to make it back. I just hope we have a smooth journey back. The spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up in thinking about it. Truly, we did not intend for this to happen. So did they mutiny or something? Something else happened to get rid of that crew. Right, seeing that there's little left to see, you take your leave. The wood under your feet cracks as you exit the vessel. You make your way back to where the tunnels divide. Right guys, I'm going to be leaving the video here. Thank you ever so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed this content. If you do, then please show your support by hitting the like and subscribe button. Smash it, destroy the button into teeny tiny pieces across your screen. And I hope to see you guys in another one of my next videos. See you then guys, goodbye.